Yeah, so, yeah, this is just, like, talking about how you can, generate energy on your own, and, you can call it witchcraft even, but, like, sometimes it starts becoming, yeah, but remember, generating energy. Okay, so this is talking about, like, witchcraft, and it's cool, by the way, that there's respect in witchcraft, but, like, and about how, like, how you can generate the energy. But, like, hear me out. You know how witchcraft is kind of like being at a party, setting everything up, but, like, you're the only one there? Like, it kind of feels like partying, except no one shows up. Or, like, it feels like you're the first one at the party. That's what witchcraft kind of feels like. It's like, why am I doing this all by myself? Because remember, sometimes the energies, it doesn't always have to be like, I guess maybe if I'm doing more witchcraft, like, if I was doing, like, spells, maybe then I wouldn't want anyone to be around. But, like, sometimes I'm just generating energy. That's not always a spell. Sometimes I'm literally just doing magic. So, meaning, this is literally just, a spell. Not a spell. It's not even a spell, it's just energy. So you know how energy is really just created from living? By the way, it represents feminine energy, by the way. 111. Hee. I'm gonna stop pointing out the numbers because I don't know if they're significant. Sometimes I don't know what it means. I just see a number. Anyway, but basically, okay, so it's cool that, yeah, it can be magic, but I'm not kidding when I say sometimes it's just energy. It's just the energy. This is why people hang out with each other and, like, talk with each other. I remember having this reflection, by the way, when I was, like, 13, and I was, like, kind of doing this, like, generating energy thing. I didn't do magic, though, but I just, like, knew that the whole dressing up was a whole part, like, it was a whole process. But the first thing I thought of, like, after dressing up and all that was, like, well, then where are we going then? Are we gonna go partying or something? And then I was like, wait, hold up, there's nowhere to go. And I was like, yeah, this is literally what being alone is like. Maybe not everyone's dressing up by themselves, but either way, when you're by yourself, it's like, realize, I mean, it's good to figure out something by yourself, but realize to be by yourself is correlated to being around people. Kind of like if you're at a party, but then you go outside. You're still in that party in order to go outside. So, meaning, if you actually just start staying outside by yourself, it's not the same reflection. It's about being around people and then choosing to be alone. If you're just always alone, then it creates like it's kind of just a pointless reflection. You're not really getting the same reflection. It doesn't make sense. Unless for some reason you have to take a really long break. And this is where you get, I guess, maybe depression. You have to take that break. But I'm not kidding when I say the break should only be for like a month or two. Or even just 2 weeks. Like, it's kind of like, though it shouldn't last longer than that. It doesn't really serve a purpose. You end up with kind of made up problems. Anyway, but hear me out. Now let me tell you about, yeah, the energy. I'm in a dream right now. I know what dream it is. Okay, let's talk about the energy. It's great that I can do this by myself. I'm in a dream. I can tell what dream I'm in. I can tell the energy and how, like, today's, like, kind of like a part of the day. That this is every day I have, by the way, it reminds me of a dream I had a long time ago, but then it synchronizes with the current dream I'm having. It's really great. Cool that I can do that. But I'm also just like, what am I doing? I'm just living my life. It is only when I'm living my life do I get these reflections, and it's only just like, yeah, because that's the reflection. You don't really need to be doing witchcraft. You can kind of just be living your life. And that's the magic. Seeing synchronicities, seeing the energy in the air, choosing to be by myself if I actually feel the desire to. So, like, I'm picturing this party or something. I don't know what place I'm picturing. Like, when you're, like, talking to people and you're hanging out, but then, like, for some reason you're like, wait, I need to just be alone for a second. You don't say it because that's too dramatic. But, like, either way, though, you can kind of, like, it's kind of like being in a party, you're talking, and then you, like, look up, and you feel the desire to think about something. You can kind of see that something in the air. It's always energy, right? But, like, if you feel the need to, like, dwell in that energy, it's kind of like going for a dance. It's like, okay, no more talking, I'm going for a dance now. It's like that, but except it's, I'm going to go outside. I need to just look at the energy. Or I need to reflect. But again, though, you don't stay outside. You go back in eventually. Do you get what I'm saying? It literally is this. It's literally just, like, I think, actually, it's funny how much partying is actually quite a metaphor for life, lol. I guess I could delve into that. Anyway, I sound so serious right now. Anyway, sometimes I hate the way I talk. Sometimes I just sound like a sad, serious person. Anyway, like, I don't know. I find this stuff really interesting, but when I talk, I sound so fucking autistic. Anyway, I can't be paying myself out, but anyway. But basically, cool that I'm in a dream right now, but it's really just because I was living. Oh, I discovered the dream by being awake. Well, be awake more often than... Sorry, I got chronic fatigue. Anyway, I'd be sleeping. Anyway.